Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you guys are having a lovely morning or afternoon or evening whenever you are watching this video. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're subscribed and you're back again, you know what? It's good to have you again. So in this video, I'm guessing you want to learn how to speak Tree now, or how to learn Tree now. Well, you're in the right place. Right, let me give you a quick background. So I was born in the UK, but I can actually speak Tree. I can have a full-blown conversation. You understand what I'm saying. At my age now, at my grown age now, I can have a full-blown conversation, and a lot of people find it amazing that, wow, you was born here and you can speak Tree. Mitimika Tree, but Debia me can't almost swim it. So that used to put me off. So I used to stop speaking Tree, and I said to myself, no, I'm going to embrace how I speak Tree. Of course, I have a different accent because I was born in the UK, but I'm speaking my language, so I can have a full-blown conversation with a Ghanaian now, and I understand the language. So this brings me to my first point. You have to be willing. When I was growing up, it's my mom that, listen, I need to learn how to speak Tree because I want to learn how to speak my language. I go Ghana very often, and it doesn't make sense for me to go to Ghana and not understand what they're saying or have any sort of communication with them. It doesn't make sense. So I took it upon myself to learn how to speak Tree, to be open-minded, to be willing to hear the language. So I know the common thing is how to greet is etiseng, and then the response is eye. I mean, if you can learn that basic thing, you are cool. Now, if you are not Ghanaian and you've never heard this before, when you go to Ghana, Ghanaians are very welcoming and open. So the first thing they will say to you is etiseng. Now, the first thing that we always do as adults, we always say, I don't understand, I don't understand. Just listen to what they're saying. Listen to how they're speaking, or their body language, or how they're delivering the language to you. Now, etiseng will always be done with a smile, you know, and there'll be a pause because they're waiting for you to respond. So the moment you hear etiseng, you know they're greeting you. So you have to be open-minded and just listen, just pay attention, just be attentive to hear what they're saying. And then you may not say it correctly, but you know that, oh, okay, they're saying etiseng. So the response might be yeah. So they'll be like, wow. You know, and that's the first stop. That's the first breakthrough for you learn the language. You've just had a communication with someone within 1 second. You can learn Tree now, like legit. You can learn Tree now. So that's all you need to do. Just be open-minded. And also the second thing you need to do is put yourself in environments that allow you to hear the language often. So if you're Ghanaian and you're born in the diaspora and you have family that speak Tree around you, eavesdrop in their conversation. I know most times parents say they don't want you to hear their conversations. Eavesdrop in their conversations. Pick up on a few words that you've heard many times before, because that way you start to understand the language before you can speak. Because I believe that you need to understand the language before you can speak, and then you can pick up on words and understand what those words actually mean. So if, for example, you're listening to your parents and they say, and yekra, you know, oh, you've heard this so many times, and yekra means it's not good. So you can have a sort of idea on what the conversation is about just from that one word. Just from that one word. That is how you can learn a language. And yekra means it's not good. Now, what are they talking about that it's not good? Are they talking about me? Are they talking about the government? Are they talking about the news? Are they you know, you can start to form an idea of what they're talking about. Don't assume, but you can start to form an idea to understand what they're talking about. It is possible to learn Tree, and Tree is actually easy to learn. So just put yourself in environments where you can, you know, understand the language and pick up a few points on what they're saying. Now, if you're not Ghanaian, it goes for the same for you. Now, if you're from the diaspora and you like Ghana and you want to go there, these are the steps that you can do for yourself, because it will save you a lot of hassle, a lot of things. It will save you from, you know, being confused all the time and not understanding what they're saying. Now, I'm not expecting you to understand every single thing they're saying, but if you can start to be willing and open-minded and put yourself in environments that you can pick up on a few words on what they're saying, listen, you'll be speaking Twi in no time. For me personally, I love to learn languages. I think learning languages is so amazing. There's power in it. And in Ghana, there are so many languages to learn. There's Ga, there's Ewe, there's Dagbani, there's so many languages. And I'm still learning how to speak Ga fluently. I can pick up on a few words and understand what conversations are being had, because again, I put myself in situations like that and I eavesdrop on the conversations. And my dad is Ga, so he speaks Ga a lot with his friends and his family, so I pick on that. And I've actually done a few videos on my channel speaking of my family, with my dad teaching us, which a lot of people of you enjoyed that. So go ahead and go and watch that as well after this video. And I'm teaching myself Ewe. I don't see why I shouldn't. Why should I limit myself? I am a Ghanaian. I want to embrace the culture. I want to learn everything about the culture. And if I can learn languages, because it will help you as well when you're in certain situations. If you're, you go into different cities in Ghana and, they all speak different languages. If you can say a few words, like in Ewe, if you say Akbe, it means thank you, because I've been hearing it a lot. So yeah, I love languages, especially when it comes to the Ghanaian languages. As you can see, it makes me so excited. But guys, you can learn Twi now if you just pick up on a few words and be willing. Just be willing to learn. Just be willing at your old age, at your grown age, because a lot of people say, there is this saying that when you're young is the best time to learn any language in the world, because when you're young, you can absorb, you're like a sponge, you take in everything, which is true. But to an extent, I believe at your grown age, you can still learn a language if you are willing. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Stay blessed and God bless.